Okay, now in this video sizobe discussing on question 1. Question 1, it's all about some equations. We are solving for x, right? This is a 3-part question, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 for a total of 30 marks. In the description box, uzothola my links for other videos you recorded for this question paper. November 2016 mathematics paper 1. So lana we are solving for x. There's all kinds of equations lana. There's a quadratic equation like this one, for instance. There's another quadratic equation. It's a famous equation, in most cases, especially with question 1, kuyenzeka ukuthi uthole 2 yama quadratic equations. Sibe ne quadratic inequality, sibe ne exponential equation, sibe ne surd equation, sibuye sibe ne simultaneous equation, and then the last question so okay lana it's a nature of ama roots, right? These are the nature of the roots. So lana basically still nama equations kakhulu, right? So 1.1.1 1.1 this is a quadratic equation, and then in brackets buddy leave your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Lana kwamele usebenzise a quadratic equation to find ama roots wale quadratic equation then. Kumele usebenzise quadratic formula to simplify the quadratic equation. There's 3 ways of solving ama quadratic equations. Sinani sine quadratic formula, sibe nani using a factoring method, as well as what's the other one? Completing the square, as well as completing the square. So lana thina sizosebenzisa quadratic formula. So let's take out to A, B, and C. So our A is equal to 3, our B is -5, and then we C minus 1. Then I go ahead and substitute the quadratic formula. Then x equal to -b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a. Then nangizo substitute la, and the equation becomes la kuno b khona ngifaka -5, where there's a ngifaka ubani u3, and then where there's c ngifaka ubani -1. And then siyakucalculate ke manje but correct to 2 decimal places. There's no other way of simplifying the equation without using a quadratic formula and a calculator. In fact, no, I say completing the square, and then now figure you just use a calculator, but the quadratic formula is the best way. It's quicker and easier. -5, let's start off with plus -5 squared plus wait -4a 3, and then c -1 divided by 2 in bracket, it's 3 close bracket. So 2 decimal places. The first one 1,85, and then nasifaka minus la, sifaka negative 0.18, negative 0.18, or negative 0.18, negative 0.18. So now my roots were to correct to 2 decimal places. 1.1.2, it's another quadratic equation. So lana, it's up to you to sebenza completing the square, or to sebenza factoring method, or the quadratic formula. What's important to thola ama roots wakho la, right? It's another quadratic equation. But lana where actually on this quadratic equation, but they leave your answer correct to 2 decimal places. But on this one, it's a quadratic equation again, but actually anything inside the bracket. Now you are expected to use factoring method where you create brackets I2, so 1.1.2 factoring method angisho sifuna izinumber ezi2. This is the equation. I'm looking for two numbers engizothi nangizimultiplies nginginikeza positive 8 engithi and the same numbers ngithi ngiyazi-add zinginikeza ubani negative 6, right? Zinginikeza negative 6. Yiziphi lezo zinumber negative 2 and minus 4. Check-a minus 2 plus minus 4 ngithola ubani negative 6. Nangimultiply negative 2 no negative 4 ngithola ubani positive 8. Positive 8. So ama-factors wami ubani negative 2, negative 2 no negative bani 4. So in brackets ama-factors wami x minus 2, x minus 4. And then ama-roots wami azoba x equal to 2 or x equal to 4, right? So when I now sebenzisa quadratic formula uzothola ukuthi x is equal to 2 or x is equal to bani 4. You only have this step, but instead uzoba formula and a substitution, right? So now my factors way to get now 1.1.3 is 4x minus 2x squared less than 0. It's a quadratic inequality. Okay, this equation we simplify as if it's a quadratic equation, but now if you now so you calculate ama roots wako, you need to use a number line or a graph, a parabola to find ama solutions wako, right? So lana 4x minus 2x squared, right? So this is a parabola or a quadratic equation. Sifuna ama x values ayenza this expression ibe less than bani 0. Sifuna ama x values azoyenza this expression ibe less than 0. Alright, ngitheni you treat this equation as if it's a quadratic equation. So 1.1.3 masiphe 4x minus 2x squared less than 0. So okay, into obvious lana. Okay, let me say in this instance the equation a quadratic equation or a parabola in its standard form, it's ax squared plus bx plus c equal to bani 0. Uma uthatha ukubheka la, we don't have a constant in this quadratic equation, right? But instead a x squared no bani no bx, right? So lana into so yenza ke thina so take out a common factor. There is a common factor la. A common factor to bani with 2x. If there's no c in your quadratic equation, there's always a common factor la. So our common factor la ubani with 2x. So asimkhiphe with 2x lana bese in the bracket yosala no 2 minus x less than bani less than 0. Therefore sesiyenzani ke manje, we remove the inequality sign and then sifaka an equal sign so that we can find our critical values wethu. So our critical values wethu kuyoba ubani with 2x equal to 0 or 2 minus x equal to bani 0. Then we simplify x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. Okay, for a quadratic inequality equation, there's also about 3 methods for simplifying. There's a table method, a number line method, as well as a graphical method. But mina ngizosebenzisa the number line method for this video for today's lesson. So this is the number line. Na number line yam, right? Number line yakho into ozoyenza just to plot ama critical solutions wakho. X equal to 0 nangu 0, x equal to 2 nangu bani nangu 2. Then ngitheni ekuqaleni ngithe ufuna ama x values uzothi nawa substitute on the left hand side akunike ayenze le expression ibe less than 0. So in other words sifuna ama x values azowenza le x expression le ukuthi ibe negative, because a negative value here in less than bani a less than 0. So bheka uqala wenza so ke. And by the way, nangabe wayenzile ama interval notations ka grade 10, you should know that if it's less than, the circle is open. If it's less than a circle, it's open. If it's less than or equal to or greater or equal to the circle siyenzani siyayivala sithi it's included. But if it's just less than, it's just an open circle. Okay, bheka ke manje. The first thing oyenzayo utesta wonke ama-x values which are greater than 2. Bese uyabuya utesta ama-x values which are between 0 and 2. Bese uyabuya uchecka ama-x values which are less than bani, less than 0. So sizoqala ngalawo, x greater than 2. So choose a value which is greater than 2. Ngaba yiphi leyo value leyo? 3. Start with 3. 3 greater than 2. So siyala kule expression yethu is the 4 open bracket 3 substitute to 3 2 minus 2 x squared, x ubani 3, so it's 2 3 squared equal to answer yami ubani negative 6. So in other words, it means that wonke ama values aga x nangizowa substitute in this expression azoba njani, azokunikeza a negative value. So lana kuyoba ubani negative la, right? The negative sign simply means that ama x values are greater than 2. Now substitute in this expression anginikeza a negative answer or a negative value, right? Siyabuya ke manje testa ama x values are between 0 and 2. 0 and between 0 and 2. A number that's between 0 and 2 bani 1 or half. Let's use half, or you can use 1, still fine. Half 1 over 2. So our answer is equal to a positive value 3 over 2. Positive 3 over 2. So because with our values are between 0 and 2, ayenza le expression ukuthi ibe njani, ibe positive, right? Ibe positive. And mina ngifuna ama x values ukuthi ngithi nangisubstitute ngawo anginikeze a negative value. So lawa are correct lawa, right? These ones are not correct because of nangisubstitute any value between 2 and between 0 and 2 ngithola a positive value, which is something which is not correct for this equation, right? So now siso testa lawa ngapha ke manje. Ama x values are less than bani, less than 0. Let's choose a number a less than 0. Of course, negative 9 less than 0, or negative 99 still less than 0. Some substitute. I wanted to say 9, but press I 2 aphuma 99. Now answer yethu. The answer is what? Is negative 19,998. So the answer is what? Is negative. The answer is negative. So ama answers wama kuphi? Ala nakuphi nala. So bheka ama answers wethu kahle kahle sifuna ama x values engisubstitute ngawayenze the answer yale expression ibe negative because of the expression is less than bani 0. So therefore whenever x are less than 0 ithola a negative answer, which is correct. So the second solution is x greater than bani 2, because of substitute any value which is greater than 2 ngithola a negative answer. So this is our solution for a quadratic equation, a quadratic inequality equation. Or you can use a graphical method just to plot a parabola, then you check where your graph is less than 0. So our solutions work as well. Azohlala lapho uzowathola lapho ama solutions wakho ke, right? So siyaku 1.1.4, which is an exponential equation. I don't think ngizobana enough space lana, so let me erase so that we can answer 1.1.4. okay, now 1.1.4 exponential equation, and it's 2 raised to exponent 3x plus 1 plus 2 raised to exponent 3x equal to 12. So the power with a binomial exponent, the power na power with a binomial exponent with a binomial exponent. Okay, with a binomial exponent 3x plus 1 naila. This is a binomial exponent in a 2 yama terms. Siyenzani siyayibreaka that one, right? Siyayibreaka. In other words, we are reversing first law of my exponent. If I multiply powers of the same base, I do what? I add the exponent. So I'm just doing the opposite of law number 1 of my exponents. I'm taking it back, right? So I'm breaking this apart. Boom. 2 raised to exponent 3x times 2 raised to exponent 1 plus 2 raised to exponent 3x equal to 12. After breaking la, uzothola what? A common factor. Our common factor la na 2 raised to exponent 3x, 2 raised to exponent 3x. Let's take it out. So now look at common factor here to 2 raised to exponent 3x, allow 2 plus bani 1. And the 2 plus 1 is equal to bani 3. And then from lana again. From lana, okay, since this is a exponential equation, the power with exponent x, the power involving exponent x, kwamele ihlale e1 on the left hand side, right? So lana things oyenza ngu divide by 3 both sides so that I can achieve equilibrium of leaving the power with exponent x. So divide by 3 both sides. Ngisala nobani no 2 raised to exponent 3 equal to 4, since 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then since 4 is not a prime base, 4 is not a power with a prime base, so the 4 you change as 2 raised to exponent 2, since 2 is a prime number, right? So now singibane 1-to-1 ratio. 2 raised to exponent 3x equal to 2 raised to exponent 2. This is what we call a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Our powers with the same basis are equal. It means the exponents must be equal as well. So therefore drop out 3x no 2. The 3x is over equal to 2, and then divide both sides by 3. The x is equal to 2 over 3. So now you answer here to for 1.1.4. Now for 1.1.5, sibane sad equation. 1.1.5. Okay, we wanna ngani with the sad equation le. A sad equation we wanna ngaloku. We wanna this. We wanna an expression under a square root. If there's a square root and under that square root kuba an expression, just know that go to deal what's this? You are dealing with a sad equation. So a sad equation is solving a sad equation always the square root, the expression under the square root must be left or isolated to the left hand side or the right hand side of the equation. Ihlale e1, and then everything else must be moved to another side of the equation, so that ikusala leso square root leso kuphela, right? So this is the sad equation. Square root of x minus 1 plus 3 equal to x minus 4. So therefore into engizoyenza yokuqala la is to transpose this plus 3. You transpose alo 3 so that ikusala le square root kuphela. As I've said, kwamele isolated the square root, right? So by isolating ngichaza ukuthi kwamele le square root sihlale sisodwa ke. So lo 3 kwamele ngimtranspose. Nangitranspose alo 3, I end up with the square root of x minus 1 equal to x minus 4 minus 3. Since in transpose with 3 on the right hand side, you figure as a negative number. So by doing that, saying isolated the square root. So the square root is clearly C1 again, and then minus 4 no minus 3 like terms. So minus 4 minus 3 it's minus 7. Bam. Nasasifika lana ke manje. Kwamele ngiyenzeni remove the square root. So the whole idea of isolating square root is so that sizokwazi ukusi-remove because of the equation ayisolveki if ever kune square root. So le equation ayike isolveke with the square root, so kwamele sisi-remove again, right? I-square root usi-remove ngani konje? Usi-remove ngani? Nge-squared. So we are squaring both sides of the equation so that isi-remove the square root. So nangi-square both sides, lo 2 or le squared si-cancela the square root, then ngiyosala nolo kanje no x minus 1, and then x okay bang x minus 7 squared yini x minus 7 squared. This is the same as saying x minus 7 x minus 7. So sinama brackets out 2 kwamele simplify, right? X times x, use the FOIL method, x times minus 7 times x minus 7 times minus 7. So means the FOIL method together, right? So after foiling lama brackets way 2, we'll end up with something like x squared minus 14x plus 40 plus 49, and then on the left hand side think about no x minus 1. So right, okay, back la. Now after foiling the bracket I end up with a x squared. So it means this whole equation is to get from sad equation here converted to a quadratic equation. So logo kwamele transpose it to the right hand side, right? Why ngikuletha to the right hand side ngifuna lo x squared wami ahlale a positive. Or you can also transpose log to the left hand side and the right hand side, everything on the right hand side ukulethe ngapha ka left. It's still fine, but I'm avoiding the x squared ukuthi abe negative. So after transposing lo x nalo minus 1 ngiba no minus x ngibe no plus 1, so that kwamele kusale u0. Kwamele kusale u0 la. Since a quadratic equation must be written on its standard form, must be expressed on its as a standard form, right? Ax squared plus bx plus bani plus c equal to 0. So into sum we achieve la. So lo 14 nalo x ama like terms, lo 49 nalo 1 ama like terms. So we end up with something like x squared minus 15x plus bani plus 50, and then you can use the quadratic equation, or mina ngizosebenzisa the factoring method la. ngizosebenzisa the factoring method. So let's do this. Erase la so that ngibe ne space. Okay, senze so, and then now bheka ke manje x squared minus 15x plus 50 ama factors wakhona kuyoba x minus 5, x minus 10. Since minus 10 times minus 5 indicates positive 50, minus 5 plus minus 10 ngithola minus 15. So ama factors wami for this equation, and then the first x is equal to 5, or x is equal to bani 10, or x is equal to 10, right? Or x is equal to 10, but it doesn't end here for a sad equation. Just because of uthola ama roots wakho, it doesn't mean ukuthi sowuqedile. Lo x oqeda ukumcalculator la, kwamele ubuye umtesta into your equation. Kwamele utest ukuthi iyayisatisfy le equation. Ngichaza ukuthini again? Ngichaza logo la. So kwamele uthathe lo x equal uthathe u5 substitute in that equation. 5 minus 1, where there's x ufaka u5, 3 equal to 5 minus 4. 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is what is 4. The square root of 4 is 2 plus 3. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5 is not equal to 1. So it means x equal to 5 is not a solution. It's not a solution. So x equal to 5 is not a solution. X must not be equal to 5 because of I satisfy the equation. Let's test uno ganju x equal to 10. So the square root of 10 minus 1 plus 3 equal to 10 minus 4. Lana ngithola u6. Lana its square root of 9 is 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So 6 is equal to 6. This satisfies the equation. So it means this sad equation has only one root, or x equal to 10. So 1.1.5 uphelela lana. Let's go for 1.2. So for x and y simultaneously, in a simultaneous equation, I think erase la cala. Okay, 1.2, we're solving for x and y simultaneously. So it's a simultaneous equation now. So 3x minus y plus 2 equal to 0. So menza as equation 1. So zombies on equation 1, and then y equal to minus x squared plus 2x plus 8 is equation number 2. So okay, now we are lucky because of equation number 2 I'm express as y equal to, right? So lana into so vele substitute the equation 2 into equation 1, right? Where there's y, equation 1, where there's y ngifaka ubani minus x squared plus 2x plus 8. So ngithini, in other words ngithi we are going to substitute equation 2 into equation 1. In some instances ama equation wakho uzowathola ukuthi mhlambe like equation 2 maybe it's y minus x plus x squared plus 2x equal to 8. Then you need to make x or y the subject of the formula between equation 1, using equation 1 or equation 2. That's why I get to equation 2 lana silakhi ngoba equation 2 is expressed as y equal to something. So ngiyothatha equation 1, nangu equation 1, you substitute equation number 2, or you substitute y, right? So where there's y ngiyofaka ubani, x squared minus x squared plus 2x plus 8, right? Where there's y, la bekno y khona ngifake this expression. So therefore we get from lana get about 3x negative times a negative, it's a positive, so it's x squared lana minus 2x minus 8 plus 2 is equal to 0, and then it's x squared lana, the 3 and the 2 banginikeza positive x, and then the minus 8 plus 2, it's minus 6 equal to 0. And then in 70 factoring method lana x, and then lana it's 3 2 plus negative, right? Since negative 2 times a positive 3, it's negative 6. Plus 3 nangim-add no negative 2, ngithola ubani plus 1, the middle term. So x is equal to positive 2 or x is equal to negative 3. Therefore bese ngiyahamba ngiyosubstitute into that equation, equation number 2 or equation 1, so that things will find abu y for labu x now. So let's start off with x equal to 2. So where there's x la equation number 2 ngifaka 2, so minus 2 squared plus 2 open bracket 2 plus 8 is equal to 8. So y lana is equal to 8. Nangabe x equal to 2. If x are equal to negative 3, let's see negative 3, negative 3 again equal to negative 7. So y is equal to negative 7. So now our roots wethu ke or our solutions wethu for the simultaneous equation. So 1.3, the last question, but it shows that the roots of x squared plus k plus 2x is equal to 1 minus k are real and rational for all values of k. Okay, so again I think erase lana, so we can answer 1.3. Okay, la 1.3 sikhuluma nge-nature of the roots. We need to show ukuthi this equation has our roots are real and rational for all values of k. But the first thing okumele siyenze, we have to express the equation le as a standard form. Bheka 3x squared plus k plus 2x equal to 1 minus k, 3x squared, everything must be on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side kusale 0. Standard form, remember kumele siyibhale as a standard form, so kuyoba minus minus 1 minus 1 plus k equal to 0. So manje seyiku standard form expressed as ax squared plus bx plus bani c is equal to 0. So it means nangu c wethu, nangu u-b wethu, and then nangu bani u-a wethu, right? So since this is a nature of the roots, sifuna ukucheck ukuthi it's real and irrational for all values of k. So calculate the discriminant for this equation. So the discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4 ac equal to a wami ubani. The a is equal to 3, b is equal to k plus 2, and then c is equal to minus 1 plus bani plus k. Remember, starter include starter ama signs as well, right? Starter ama signs as well. Okay, all right, anyway asenze so I think iqedelele la ngaphansi. I don't think i-substitution yami izophelela la. So whether is b ngifaka u k plus 2 squared minus 4 u-a ubani u-3 u-c ubani u-negative 1 plus k. Then we simplify ke manje. Lana ngiba no k squared, 2 times k is 2k times 2 is 4k plus 4 plus 4, or you can just do it the old way or the old-fashioned way, where when ama brackets are 2 and then you multiply using FOIL method, and then lana ngiba no minus 4 times 3, it's minus 12, minus 12 times minus 1, it's plus 12, and then minus 12 times positive k, it's minus 12k. So this is equal to k squared 4 nalo minus 12, it's minus 8k. Yes, 4 nalo 12 banginikeza u 16, right? But it discriminant yakhona so you cannot make any conclusion. So into kwamele uyenze la is to actually factor this out, right? Kwamele uyiloka you factorize this thing. So nangizoyifactorize ngifuna izinamba ezi2 nangizimultiplies nginikeza ubani positive 16. The same numbers ngithi nangizi-add zinginikeza ubani u-negative 8. So lezo zinamba ubani it's k lana, it's 4 and 4. Since 4 times 4 it's 16, but kwamele abe positive and then nangis add as with negative 8, so it's negative 4, negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4, it's positive 60. Negative 4 plus negative 4, it's negative 8, so it's negative 4, negative 4, right? So the discriminant is equal to k minus 4 squared. K minus 4 squared. Why is it squared? Because of lama brackets ayafana now, right? Ayafana. Now, we need this table as well. The discriminant, let's the discriminant or okay, so but 1.3 show that the roots of are real and rational for all values of k, right? So the discriminant lana, our discriminant for all values of k, for wonke ama values ka k, the discriminant yobanjani yoba positive, right? Izoba positive ngoba k nangimfaka aba negative la, abe negative lana, because of the squared lana, answer yami yophuma ibe njani? Yophuma ibe positive, right? Always answer yami yohlala positive because of this squared. Whether the k is negative, positive, it's a fraction or whatever, but okusalayo because of the square, right? Answer yami yophuma as a positive value, and izoba real. Yes, izoba real. Therefore, ama roots wami azoba real, right? Azoba real ama roots wami, right? Azoba real ama roots wami. Ngibona ngani? Because of it discriminant yami, it's always greater than 0. It's always greater than 0. The discriminant is always greater than 0, irrespective of the value kabani ka k, because of the square. Nangi square ngithola always ngithola a positive value, so the discriminant is always greater than 0, and then anjani, they are also real. And uma uthatha ukubheka, the discriminant is what? Is a perfect square. The square lana ishiya ukuthi for every value of k ngiyenzani? Ngiyayisquare. The square is ukuthi the discriminant is a perfect square. So the discriminant is real and a perfect square. And a perfect square. So therefore it means gela isolution yami ithi ke, I think la, yes, they are real and rational. A perfect square is always a rational number, so it's real and rational for all values of bani of k. So iphelela lana ke question ka 1.3. you just have to put up an argument or set up an argument or have an argument ezokunceda ukuthi uphendule the question. And my argument was that for every value of k ngithola a positive value, so that makes discriminant yethu ibe njani? Ibe positive. So siba nama real and rational values. Mawuthatha ukubheka, if the discriminant is greater than 0, sinani siba na real and rational, right? That's all you need. So yeah, thanks for watching. In the description box ungakhohlwa my links for other videos for this question paper ka November 2016 mathematics paper 1. Nangabe enjoy this video, please share nabangani bakho. Don't forget to like, ungakhohlwa subscribe nangabe new to this channel. Thanks for your support. For now, bye bye, asibonane on the next video.